Good morning, everybody. Bon dia. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Peace and Repeat. I'm your host, Olive Bulu, and I hope you're having a wonderful Monday morning. And if you're not, well, then I hope I can make it better. And I hope everyone's having a great 2021 so far. I know, politics are stressful, but I really want you to take this time in this moment right now and separate yourself from the external noise and whatever's going on around you. Take this time to revert inward and to look internally and to really focus on yourself and the being in the moment right now, because that's what's the most important thing. So even if you don't gain anything from the content of my podcast, at least you can gain, maybe it will make you calm or soothe you, anything like that. And going off of that, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who sent me a bunch of love and support. For anybody who shared the podcast and who listened to it, thank you for everybody and all your sweet comments. I got so many sweet comments about my first episode, and I was so nervous. Well, not really, but I was nervous. I definitely was nervous. But all the feedback I got was amazing, and I'm so grateful for everybody who tuned in. And if you haven't tapped in, if this is your first time tapping in, welcome. I'm grateful for you as well. And I hope that one day I can return the favor to all of you, because I'm very grateful, more than I can even express. But I might have something for all of you in the future that we can share together. But I'm not going to get into that. I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the support. It means a lot to me. And I'm so excited for, the future of this podcast. And I got a lot of DMs too. A lot of people have been reaching out and speaking to me in my DMs about the content of the first one. And I'm just really glad and grateful that it resonated with you. And a lot of people said they like my voice. So I'm glad you like my voice. Hope you want to keep listening to it. No, but yeah, I just wanted to get that out the way first and just show my gratitude for you all, because it doesn't go unnoticed, and I'm very grateful. Take a shot every single time I say grateful. But before we get into today's topic of self-value and self-love and what the difference is between the two, I do want to bring light to a certain cause, like I always do before each and every podcast. So although I said I wanted to separate ourselves from, the politics and everything, I do just want to say I felt like this was appropriate given, what happened at the Capitol, which we don't have to get into. We know what happened, okay? But I thought that it would only be fair to link below a donation for Black Lives Matter protesters' bail fund for all people that got arrested for the peaceful protest. So if you could all donate at least maybe $1 to a bail fund. I believe I have the link for every state that protesters got arrested in. So I will leave that linked in the YouTube description. And if you can't donate, that's fine. I will leave some petitions as well in regards to that issue, because the hypocrisy in America is fucking real, okay? But let's not get into that, okay? We're separating ourselves from that external noise, and we're looking inward to ourselves, okay? To our spiritual beings. And let's talk about that real quick, okay? Let's talk about self-value and the difference between self-value and self-love, because there is a huge difference. And I believe that you can't have self-love, real self-love, without self-value. Okay, so let's define these things first. What is self-love? We hear this term a lot, right? We hear this term a lot. It's almost become, it has become a trend. We kind of view and think of self-love as face masks, external pampering, going shopping, and working out, which all these things are very good. I do all of these things. I like going shopping. I like buying myself whatever I want. But these are not going to make you love yourself. These are things that I think are important in terms of taking care of and gifting yourself and respecting your temple, your body. You know, getting glammed up. It's like, you know, you love how you look and you feel good. But using this method of self-love as the only way to show yourself self-love is going to leave you feeling temporary love. That's like when a parent buys a child's love. They don't actually understand what real love means. And so that's how they fix the problem. It's like a Band-Aid, you know, buying their child different toys or whatever, just to kind of mask that, to fill that void, that want for love. And some people, that's all they know, unfortunately. So when we're talking about self-love and how to get it, you need to understand what self-value is. Okay? I'm going to restate a quote that I live by. I stated this in my first podcast as well. But we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. We all hold the same intrinsic value as each other. And we hold, the intrinsic power and intrinsic energy that we hold is so valuable. And it's so powerful. Do you realize that you have the same energy as the universe? That God, you are a child of the universe. A child of God, whatever you want to call it. And you hold the same amount of power and that same frequency, that same energy as the universe and as God. The same energy that you see in the sun, in the moon, in the stars is the same energy you have within you. I don't think many of you realize that. The amount of power that the universe has to move the earth around the sun, to spin it so it goes around the moon, that same amount of power, that intense amount of power, that's the same amount of power you hold within you. You are capable of so much. Naturally, because you are the same energy as the universe. And we have forgotten about this. Our society, I hate using that term, but the world we live in has programmed us to believe that we are three-dimensional beings, period. When in reality, we are multi-dimensional beings and we have so much power. How many times have you been told that magic isn't real? Magic is so real. Manifestation is magical. Having the ability to manifest the reality that you want is so powerful. And not only that, do you realize that there is a 1 in an infinite chance of you getting a shot at life? There's a 1 in infinite chance of you being on Earth right now, and you are there. It's not an accident. You are not here on accident. You are not here to wake up, get money, and pay your bills and lose weight. You hold so much more purpose than that. And you are so unique and powerful, and Does that not blow anyone else's mind? That there is a 1 in an infinite chance of you being right here, and you think that it's an accident. You think that it's just, oh, it's whatever. I'm just a human on earth. No, and you got chosen to have a human experience where you can roam the earth and do whatever the fuck you want to find your purpose. Do you realize that that is so rare and so unique? That's where the spiritual aspect of self-value comes from, because you hold so much value, you hold so much power, you are so unique, you are 1 in an infinite chance of you being here, and you just think you're just some human just walking around for nothing. We've been so programmed to just think that that's that, and that it's nothing more. Right? We've been programmed to see ourselves as less than this. Oh, here, you're only capable of, you're only deserving, you're only worth minimum wage, right? You're only deserving of this type of love. You're not deserving of true love. So you should settle for this love. No. You've been programmed to think that. Ever since you were little, right? People have told you that, let's say, you know how the older you get, the less probable, air quotes, probable, your dreams become to people. Let's say, for example, you have a business idea, right? And you're telling people about it. And they start their sentence, they start their response off with, well, if I'm just being realistic. And then they tell you why you should doubt your business, or they tell you why your business won't work out because they're being realistic. That's not them being realistic. That's them not knowing that they have the power themselves to do it. Or maybe they have tried to do it, but they didn't believe in themselves enough, so it didn't work out. That's not realistic. If you want to be realistic, being realistic means that you have been programmed to believe that you cannot do anything that you want in this life, that nothing is possible, that things are impossible. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to be realistic and tell you that literally anything is fucking possible. You have everything you need right within you. The power of the law of attraction is quite literally the most powerful thing on this planet. And it's not fake. I think people look past the power that this holds. People look past the power of the law of attraction. It controls everything. You are so capable. If you wanted to go to the moon, if you manifest that enough, you could 100% accomplish that. So, in the process of finding self-value, we need to unlearn these traits that we've been taught, and these things that we've been taught throughout our lives. Excuse me. The things and the doubt that we have been taught throughout our lives, that we are not worthy enough of different things, even if it was subconscious, even if someone didn't directly come out and say you are not worthy of blah, blah, blah. The way people respond and the fear that people instill in any dream has left you with self-doubt. It has left you with second-guessing yourself. So we have to take the time now that we're aware of these things, that we're aware of our purpose on earth, and we're aware of the power that we hold within us. We have to unlearn these things that have made us believe we're not capable. And once you unlearn these things, unlearn second-guessing yourself, unlearn self-doubt, and you learn that the law of attraction can bring you all the things you want in your life. That the universe knows what you are deserving of. Okay? When you build your self-worth, you will understand and you will recognize that the universe, you will know that you are deserving of everything the universe has to offer you. And there is enough to go around. I think we get like, another thing with self-doubt is that we see other people, achieving their certain things, and you're like, I can't do that. Or we get jealous and, petty and things like that. But you need to understand that there's enough to go around, because there is enough around. Everybody's filled with this energy that can do the exact same thing. Everyone can manifest. Everybody has the ability. Everybody has been given that opportunity. Everybody has been given that power to look within themselves and manifest the life that they want. There is enough to go around. It's already around. It's just up to you to put the work in to figure that out. Try manifesting one thing. Okay? Try manifesting $100. Write it down 21 times in your journal. Okay? Every day. Until it happens, write it down. Watch how quick you get $100 or more. So going back to self-value, we have been taught that we have been given a structure of what we should be doing in life. Go to school, get a job, get your degree, get a job, find a home, find a family, make a family, have kids, and then retire maybe if you're not still working your ass off by then, and then you die, right? And we've been so programmed to believe that this is the system, this is the structure that works. But in reality, right, if I'm being real, that structure is so fueled by A, capitalism, and B, it's so unnatural. That is not fun. Life is supposed to be fun. Like I said, you were not put on this earth to pay bills and lose weight. There is more to you. You hold so much power. I'm going to keep repeating that until you believe it. You hold so much power. There is a 1 in an infinite chance of you existing in this moment right this second, and you're here. If you don't value yourself after hearing that, if you don't find value and respect in yourself after hearing that, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just playing, but that's just the spiritual aspect of it, right? So now let's talk about how this relates to, the everyday. The fact is that you are worthy of love. The fact is that you are worthy of the dreams that you want to accomplish. The fact is, your dreams are not too far-fetched. In fact, if people are telling you that they aren't far-fetched, if the average person is telling you that they are far-fetched, then they're not bold enough. You're not dreaming big enough. Okay? But self-value comes when you believe and you understand that you can achieve those things. And that you will not settle for anything less than that. So let's talk about this in terms of dating. Because I see a lot of people settle. This is a big conversation. Dating in our generation, or whatever generation, right now, okay, we're at the age where people are dating. People have made this shit so goddamn complicated. Okay, first and foremost, there's like rules, I feel like. And I'm like, okay. But there's such a big debate over what self-value means in a relationship. I'm going to give you a little analogy, okay? Now, I can't take full credit for this analogy. I listened to this on a YouTuber that I watch. Her name is Brini Lee. She's a UK YouTuber. And she had this video she posted about, I think, 3 years ago. I watched it a couple years ago, and the message has still resonated with me today. And that's how I view myself today. The video is called How to Level Up Mentally. I'll link it as well if you want. But I'm just referencing that because I am going to use an analogy from that and I can't take credit for it. So let's just say that you're selling your car, right? And you know your car is worth $50,000. You've done the Carfax on it. You know there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, it's a nice vehicle. It's in perfect condition. Okay, it is worth $50,000. You paid, let's say, $80,000 for it. You put some miles on it so you understand, you're going to sell it for $50,000. So let's say you have a potential buyer. He's like, okay, I want to come view the car. I want to take it for a test drive. So he gets in the car and, he's feeling around. He's like, oh, little scratch there. Little smudge on the steering wheel there. Radio's a little wonky. Whatever. He says, I'll give you $20,000 for this car. Are you going to take that $20,000 knowing damn well it's worth $50,000? No. Right? I hope not. So if you wouldn't accept that deal, why are you settling yourself? Why are you lowering your value for other people? And why are you letting other people come in your car that you know is in damn good shape and devalue it, nitpick it, look at different little things about it and just nitpick it and just lower the value, right? Because of little certain things that they just don't like, right? So how come when you're looking to date somebody, okay? Let me give you another example. I get told a lot. I'm going to give you a personal example. I get told a lot that I'm too picky. I get told a lot by my close circle that my standards are too high and that I need to, lower them if I ever want to be in a long-term relationship. Now, I'm going to just come out right out and say I have no shame. I've dated a lot. Okay, I've dated multiple people. Not all serious, but I've been out with people and they just haven't really done it for me. And my response to, oh, you're so picky, oh, you have too high standards, is that it's not that I'm asking for too much. It's not that my price is too high. It's just that these people can't afford it. They can't give me what I'm asking for. And I will not lessen or lower my standards for somebody that can't even afford it, who can't afford to date me. And as I keep my standards high, I know that I'm manifesting something. I know that I am manifesting something that will meet those standards, that will give me more than that. It's not that I'm picky, it's that my price is too high for people that are undeserving. And I'm not saying that, these people are bad people or anything like that. Not at all. I'm actually good friends with most of the people that, I've been out with. But in terms of dating, they just couldn't provide me what I wanted. And I won't apologize for that. I'm not going to suffer. For what? And be stressed for what? First of all, I save money on Tylenol because it saves me the headache. Okay. But second of all, I also understand and realize that my value is so high that I don't need to sacrifice what my standards are, because my purpose in life is not to marry. If it happens, that's amazing. But my purpose in life is not to marry, it's not to date, it's not to find the one. At least that's not my purpose. And you might think that it's yours. And of course, I'm not saying that I never want that. I'm just saying that, it'd be nice, but if I can't find anybody that, makes me feel like I'm fulfilled in a relationship, I'm not going to settle and say that it's okay. Because what that does is create stress for me. And it's going to limit me on and make me not feel as aligned, right? And it's going to limit me from going after things that do make me feel aligned because I'm feeling not aligned while I'm with this person. And in life, there are two emotions, good feelings and bad feelings. And when you are emotional intelligence means that you understand the fact that when you are feeling bad, it means that this is not for you. When you're feeling, and there's a lot of different types of bad emotions, whether it's fear or being uncomfortable. There's a lot of different bad emotions, right? A lot of ways to describe these emotions. What a bad emotion means is that this is not what the universe has in store for you. This is going to unalign you from your purpose in life. And what the good emotions mean, feeling happy, feeling blessed, feeling aligned, right? When things go our way, we feel good. We're in alignment. We know that we are completing these things that make us more aligned with the universe's path for us. Once you find that intrinsic value, right? Once you find that you are worth so much because you are a child of the universe and that you have your purpose in life, and your purpose is not to settle and live in the matrix. The matrix being that 9-to-5 ghetto, whatever. And I'm not hold on. I'm not saying that it's bad if you do work a 9-to-5, because some people, really want that and really find value in that. And that's fine. I'm not judging, but I'm just using that as a structural example of, because usually people are unhappy with a 9-to-5 because it's not natural. So I understand that. So because I know my purpose is different than that, and when I say that it's better than that or something like that, I don't mean that I think that I'm better than that. But retrospectively, that is a part of the matrix. And I don't blame anybody for having that lifestyle, because that is all that's really offered. And that's all we're trained and programmed to think and believe, right? Another example, does Louis Vuitton go on sale? No. Louis Vuitton does not go on sale. You will never find a discount, real, in-season Louis Vuitton design. They will never have a sale. You've never heard someone say, Louis Vuitton's having a big sale. No. Why is that? Because Louis Vuitton knows the value of Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton doesn't go on sale for nobody, so why should you go on sale because somebody can't afford you? Why should you lessen your value, right? Why should you make a compromise of your standards, of your happiness, so that somebody else can afford you? When we do this, when we make this decision to lessen our standards, to lower our standards, I'm not saying that you shouldn't compromise with like little things, but when it comes to your standards, no. You should not compromise. You should not have to compromise. Nobody should want to remove that boundary that you placed, because they don't respect you, and if you let them, you don't respect yourself. And now I'm not saying that I've never been played before, okay? Because I definitely have. If I hadn't been played, then you know what? I wouldn't be single, right? But we learn from those mistakes. And over time, we learn more that we value, that we want more for ourselves. We deserve more for ourselves, right? I guess, wait, one more thing about dating. When you look at your partner, right, your significant other, at least I would hope that you would think this, that you value, what they do for work. You value their goals, you value their dreams, you value their opinion, you value their spiritual whatever, you value them as a person. And because if you didn't value them as a person, you wouldn't be with them, right? You wouldn't love them. If you didn't respect somebody, how can you say that you love somebody? So how can you disrespect yourself and then say that you have self-love and that you love yourself? Right? but you do it for other people. You respect other people's goals and dreams, but your own. This is why alone time is so important too. It's so healthy because we need time to understand ourselves, and we need time to figure out what we want. And if we're constantly around people and surrounded by that noise, it's hard to hear what you want. You're only really hearing what other people want. So if you do not respect yourself, if you do not value yourself and your purpose on this earth, then you cannot love yourself. That's why you have that feeling of, like I said before, when you do that external love, when you show yourself that external love of going shopping or whatever, to cope with the fact that you need to fill that void of that you're missing, that self-value that you're missing. That's why that feeling of euphoria, of goodness fades so quick, because it's not real. It's not real love if you don't respect yourself first. So do not settle in relationships, because it is not worth it. And I'm talking to men and women. Okay, it is not worth it. And now let's for the people that are in healthy relationships, let's talk about jobs and business and finding your and remembering your value for these things. Let's say you spend 4 years in college. Actually, you got your master's. Okay, you're going to be a doctor. You spent 8 years in school. I don't know how much doctors needs. I think like 8 to 12. You spent 12 years in school to be a surgeon. Let's just say that, right? So you go, you have your job interview. I think surgeons go for job interviews. I'm not sure. I actually don't know how that works. Let me say something else. You go to school and you get your degree and you are ready to get your full-time position. You're looking for a good position, right? You've taken internships. You've had hands-on experience. You have a solid ass resume. And you're ready to level the fuck up in your job, right? So you go to the job interview, everything's going well. Then they ask you, how much would you like to get paid? And you say, oh, I'd like $50,000 a year. And they go, ooh, well, we can offer you 30. You know how much you're worth. You know you are worth $50,000 a year. You knew that car was worth $50,000. How come now in this situation you don't think that you are still worth $50,000? You've paid your dues. You've gotten your degree. So now, how come you're gonna simp? I hate that word, but you're gonna simp, and you're going to settle for a job because they don't think you're worth $50,000 a year. After all the work you've put in, $30,000 is not going to pay those college tuition, that those student loans back. I can tell you that right now. Do you take the job? Do you settle? A lot of people would. Whether or not you're being honest with your answer in your head right now or not, a lot of people would take that job and settle. What them telling you that you're worth $30,000, what they're telling you, what the universe is telling you, is that there is something better out there. There is an employer out there that is waiting for you and is going to offer you $60,000 a year because they know how much you are qualified for. They know how valuable you are. And you waited until you got that opportunity, that the correct pay. You waited until you got that opportunity because you respected yourself. If you wait, you say, okay, that's not what I asked for. Thank you, next. Sorry, that is not enough for me. For my experience, I am overqualified and that is not enough pay for me. So thank you, I'm going to have to decline. First of all, they might call you back and say, oh, actually, we thought about it and you know what, you do deserve $50,000, okay? Either that's going to happen or they don't call you back because they're cheap and you get another job interview in like a month or whatever the divine timing has for you. if you know your worth, you will get everything you want. Specifically. Because you're picky. And it's not only that you're picky. Like, I feel like that's such a negative connotation to call yourself picky. It's just that you know what you want. It's not that I'm asking the guys that I'm dating for too much. It's just that they can't provide me with what I want. When you have this mentality, it's not selfish. It's valuing yourself. And when you have this mentality, watch how much the universe does for you, because the universe recognizes that you trust the universe enough to grant you with something better. You're telling the universe, I'm going to wait because I know you're working on something better for me. Right? That's how important self-value is. That's how powerful you are. You have everything you need to have everything you want in this lifetime right within you. Now, this it might take a lot of people a long time to understand this and learn this. But when you do learn this, the universe is going to flood you with opportunities because you're going to be more aware. You're going to see the difference. You're going to be aware that there is so much more opportunity around you because you're manifesting that for yourself. Find your worth and then add tax to that. Know your worth and then add tax. Building your worth, building your sense of self-worth will multiply your manifestation powers tenfold. It's that simple. Because you will know that you are deserving of the best that the universe has to offer you. And there's nothing less than what you want. One way to gain that self-value, that bad bitch mentality, if you will, one way to gain this confidence in the universe and in yourself and in the power you hold is to say some affirmations every morning. Look yourself in the mirror. And I want you to, actually, you know what? I want you to say this with me right now. I don't care if you're at work. I don't care if you're in the middle of a coffee shop listening to this. I don't care if you're driving, if you're with people. I want you to say with me, I have the power and the capability of achieving everything I want in this lifetime. I just got chills. Like, are you kidding? Did you just get chills? Because I just got chills. The more you repeat this, the more your subconscious is going to understand this as truth. Just the same way that you learned self-doubt and second-guessing yourself, the same way your subconscious learned and taught and trained your brain to think that way, is the same way telling yourself that you are powerful and you are capable of everything you need to be doing in this life. It will work the same way. It is a positive manifestation versus before, right? The things you have been taught subconsciously have become negative manifestations because you can manifest negative things. Say those affirmations, write them down on a piece of paper. That's what you should do after, when you get some free time, write down some affirmations for yourself. I am beautiful. And this is for a guy and a girl, okay? Men harvest feminine energy too, okay? It's okay to be beautiful. It's okay. You're still masculine. You're still a man, okay? Say this out loud. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am powerful. And I am capable of everything I want in this lifetime. I am the universe. I'll make a YouTube video of affirmations that you can just play. Because even if you aren't saying them, hearing them and having your subconscious hearing that is manifesting that into your reality. So if you'd like me to make some affirmations videos, and maybe I'll make some meditations too. I've always wanted to make a meditation tape. But if you'd like me to, let me know, because I think it'd be really beneficial. But say these things out loud whenever you get the chance. Think them. If you don't want to say it out loud, then think it in your head. But whatever you do, the more you do it, the more true it will become. Right? Practice takes what's that saying? Practice makes perfect. Oh my God, I couldn't think of that. Too much weed. But yes, I hope that this made sense, and I hope that I'm still getting used to the whole podcast setup and talking. So please bear with me. I promise you I'm working on getting better and expressing how I feel better and everything like that. But I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. I have so much more to share with you, and I have so many more ideas that I just want to share, because truly the support that I got has motivated me, because it just feels so nice to know that what I'm doing is helping at least one person and that people like it. It means so much to know that if I can uplift your spirit or help make sense of the world in some way, shape, or form, I know that I'm fulfilling my purpose of helping guide different people towards their purpose. And that it really fulfills me. So thank you so much for listening once again. I hope you have an amazing week ahead of you. Don't forget to sign those petitions and donate to that cause. And I hope you have a blessed Monday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tapping in. Make sure you share this, like it on YouTube, heart it on Spotify to support your girl. If you want me to keep making more of these. And again, don't be afraid to talk to me. I don't judge. You can't be spiritual and be judgmental, okay? So talk to me about whatever you want, okay? I'm here to talk. So literally here to talk. So thank you again for tapping in. I'll see you guys next Monday. Stay blessed.